Attention, we are now at DEFCON One. Those words mean only one thing. The world is seconds away from nuclear war. Russia has just placed nuclear weapons in orbit. The United States has responded with full strategic alert. And deep beneath the oceans, silent submarines are arming their payloads, each carrying enough firepower to erase civilization itself. This is not a movie. This is our world, where a handful of machines could end everything we've ever built. Welcome to the race for annihilation. Hidden in the vaults of the U.S. arsenal lies one of the deadliest creations ever built, the B-83 nuclear bomb. Weighing 1,100 kilograms, the size of a small car, carries a blast yield of 1.2 megatons of TNT, 80 times stronger than Hiroshima. Unlike missiles, the B-83 is a gravity bomb. It doesn't fly on its own. It's dropped from stealth aircraft like the B-2 Spirit, falling silently until the moment it meets its target. When it hits, there are no survivors. A single detonation over a major city like Beijing would vaporize everything within 4 square kilometers, flatten buildings for nearly 8 kilometers, and blind or burn anyone up to 13 kilometers away. Over 1 million lives, gone in seconds. And yet, the B-83 was designed not for destruction, but for deterrence. In the unspoken logic of the nuclear age, you don't build these weapons to use them. You build them so no one else dares to. But that logic depends on something fragile: control. If you want to see how fragile that control really is, hit subscribe and stay until the end, because the next weapons on this list make the B-83 look almost harmless. Far from land, hidden beneath thousands of meters of ocean, sails the most fearsome weapon delivery system on Earth, the Trident II D5 missile. Each Trident, carried aboard U.S. Ohio-class submarines, is a 3-stage, solid-fuel intercontinental missile capable of traveling 12,000 kilometers. One submarine can strike anywhere on the planet without ever being seen. A single Trident II missile carries 8 nuclear warheads, each with a yield of 475 kilotons. That's 30 times Hiroshima per warhead. If all 8 struck the same target, the combined yield would reach 3.8 megatons. Imagine one Trident launched toward Moscow. The fireball would stretch for 10 square kilometers. Everything within 7 miles vaporized. Thermal radiation would burn skin and melt steel for more than 20 kilometers around. Each submarine carries 20 Trident missiles, 160 nuclear warheads on a single vessel, and the U.S. Navy has 14 of them. That's over 2,200 warheads waiting silently beneath the sea. No sirens, no warning, just the end arriving from the depths. While the West perfected stealth, China focused on reach. The DF-5C intercontinental ballistic missile stands over 30 meters tall, weighs 183 tons, and can strike any point on Earth from Chinese soil. The newest variant carries up to 12 nuclear warheads, each rated at 1 megaton. Together, that's 12 megatons of raw destructive energy, 800 times Hiroshima's bomb. If launched toward Washington, D.C., its combined detonation would vaporize everything within a 3-kilometer radius, flatten buildings for 10 miles, and cause lethal burns out to 22 miles away. One missile, one city, gone. China is believed to operate 20 to 30 DF-5 missiles, each one capable of delivering a level of destruction that defies imagination. These weapons are not about numbers, they're about leverage. And in a world of rising tension, Leverage means power. If any single weapon embodies the madness of the Cold War, it's Russia's R-36 intercontinental ballistic missile, known to NATO as the SS-18 Satan. Standing 32 meters tall and weighing over 200,000 kilograms, it was designed to deliver 10 nuclear warheads, each with a yield of up to 1 megaton. The math is horrifying. A single missile could unleash 10 megatons of destruction, more than 660 times Hiroshima. Some variants carried a single 20 megaton warhead, enough to obliterate an entire metropolitan region. Picture this: a 15 megaton detonation over San Francisco, a fireball spanning 30 square kilometers, a shockwave flattening everything within 17 kilometers, and third-degree burns reaching out 40 kilometers from ground zero. One missile, one detonation, and more than 1 million people gone. Russia once fielded 46 operational R-36 missiles, each armed, fueled, and ready. Together, they formed the backbone of Moscow's nuclear doctrine, mutually assured destruction. A policy built not on winning, but on guaranteeing that everyone would lose. But the Cold War didn't end. It simply evolved. Enter the RS-28 Sarmat, known in the West as Satan II, Russia's answer to modern missile defenses, and perhaps its most terrifying creation. The Sarmat weighs over 200 tons, stands 35 meters tall, and can carry up to 15 nuclear warheads, or one gigantic payload approaching 50 megatons, matching the legendary Tsar Bomba, the most powerful weapon ever detonated. Using a fractional orbit bombardment system, it can launch into low orbit and approach its target from any direction, even over the South Pole, bypassing radar and missile defense systems. In theory, one Sarmat could destroy an entire nation. Imagine that 50 megaton warhead detonating above New York City. The fireball alone would cover 83 square kilometers. Buildings would collapse out to 26 kilometers. People would suffer fatal burns up to 60 kilometers away. The flash would be visible from South Carolina, over 1,000 kilometers distant. And that's just one missile. Russia plans to deploy dozens. But recent failures suggest that even the mightiest weapons can fall short. In 2023, a Sarmat reportedly exploded during testing, leaving behind a crater instead of confidence. Still, in nuclear strategy, even the possibility of success is enough to keep the world awake at night. The United States, Russia, China, 3 nations, thousands of warheads, each claiming their arsenal is a shield, a promise of peace through power. But the truth is darker. Every bomb, every missile, every launch code is a reminder that humanity now holds the power to end itself. The same technology that carried us to the moon can erase entire continents. The same scientific brilliance that split the atom could split the Earth's future in two. One side living, the other forever silent. In the end, the race to annihilation isn't about who wins. It's about who's left and what kind of world they inherit. Because in a nuclear war, there are no victors, only survivors, haunted by what used to be. Every weapon you've just seen was built to prevent another from being used. And yet, every new generation of weapons brings us closer to the day one finally is. We are living in the most advanced era of human history, and the most fragile. If this video made you think, subscribe to BackSpace for more deep dives into the terrifying beauty of science and the cosmos. Because understanding is our best defense against fear. And in the end, the greatest weapon we have is awareness.